Hi there. It is Saturday, November 2nd. I'm Yvonne de Celis coming to you on YDCtv. I know it's been a while since I put a video up and I apologize for that. I've been having really bad pains this week. Don't know what the deal is. It might be the change in season. And also, while I'm thinking about it, don't forget tomorrow to do the whole hour back thing. We're losing daylight savings time tomorrow, so we're going to lose an hour or actually gain an hour of sleep for a while, and then we'll do it all over again in a few more months. This whole hour back, hour forward thing, I don't know about you, it drives me nuts. But anyway, I just got back from the gym because I find that when I'm in a lot of pain, exercise actually really helps me, because if I get really stiff, I know I just need to move around, and I've had a lot of problems this week. So if you're in the same boat as me, I'm very sorry. I learned a new tapping technique, which actually isn't tapping at all. So I'm going to make today's video all about EFT tapping. And again, EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. At least that's what I learned from Nick Ortner and the Tapping School. So I'm just going to show you some tapping points, and then I'll talk about what we can do for removing body pain. Tapping's really excellent for getting rid of pain. It's also really good for removing stress. I've been asked if it can help with memory improvement. I would say probably not on that one. If you want something that will help you with concentration and memory, I would recommend something like Tai Chi. If you want to learn an exercise that can actually improve concentration and memory. But if you're looking for something to help you with stress or panic, and also something that can actually help with pain, tapping is really good. So before I get started with the tapping, I'm just going to mention a word of breathing, Reiki breathing, any kind of breathing, meditative breathing. The best thing to do, if you can, is breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth, and also have your tongue touch the roof of your mouth when you're exhaling. It's a good idea to have the tongue touching the roof of the mouth. It can help with de-stressing. It can also keep you from getting dehydrated or dry mouth, I should say, and it also makes you really focus on what you're doing. It makes you focus on the breathing. So I read in a book called Things Fall Apart. I can't remember the name of the author. She's amazing, though. She was writing about a Buddhist monk, and he compared concentrating on breathing to standing in a party holding a spoon of juice and trying not to let the juice spill, because he said, I know it's distracting, but it's distracting for a reason. It's to keep you focused on your breathing so that your mind doesn't go crazy thinking about all sorts of other thoughts. So that's the reason for the breathing technique. Now, the different tapping points that I'm going to go over, when I said before that there was a tapping that wasn't actually tapping, I actually learned this one a few days ago. I looked this up on YouTube because I wanted to find something to help stop the pain. It didn't actually stop it, but it brought the level way down. The guy that showed this video, if I can find the video, I'll put a link to it at the end, but what he had asked was, what would your level of pain be right now if you had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? And at the time, my pain level was at about a 7 or an 8. So one of the things that he recommended doing that I've never heard before, but I found very helpful, is he said, just take your fingers, these 4 fingers and your thumb, and just kind of make like a pinching motion. Just think of this as like a beak. So one hand doing that, and then take your other hand and just grab your fingers and squeeze a little bit. And he made that part of the tapping routine, and I actually do find this helpful. He said you can do it with this hand, and he said then just do it with the other. Make the duck motion and just squeeze the tips of the fingers. Don't squeeze super hard, but just a little squeeze. And he added that into the tapping, and I actually do find this helpful in addition to the tapping. And again, the tapping points, and I'm sorry I keep saying again, if you've never been to my channel before, I'm sure that means nothing to you, sorry. But for everyone else who knows my channel, my subscribers, you've heard me talk about tapping before, so I'm going to just go over the tapping points. There's the K27 points, which I'm going to try not to tap too hard because my microphone's right here. But to get to your K27 points, what you want to do is trace your collarbone from the back, go to the front where the points almost meet, and then just drop your fingers down and out a little bit, and just feel around. Right underneath the collarbone, you will probably find 2 little soft spots. Most people have soft spots right at the base of the collarbone. Those are the spots that should be tapped. You can tap them with your index finger, your middle finger, whatever feels right to you. You can also, sorry, I bonked the microphone, by the way. You can also do the 3-finger plug with the index finger, the middle finger, and the thumb. So you can do the tapping. I'm trying not to tap because I don't want to make the noise over here. But K27 points, the chin under your lower lip, the skin between your upper lip and your nose, your cheekbones, sides of the eyes. How hard you tap these points is really up to you. I tap pretty hard when I do it, but it's not necessary to tap really, really hard. You just want to tap enough so that it can be considered an invigorating tap. So you can do the sides of the eyebrows, either the outside or the inside. You can do both sides at the same time if you want, or you can just do one side and then top of the head. Very top of the head. Also underneath the arm, underneath the shoulder, right underneath the armpit. And then this one's a good one too, the karate chop. All of these fingers, just one finger, whatever feels comfortable to you. So I'm going to just do the karate chop on the other hand. And now, I don't usually do my affirmations out loud. But I did for this because that's what this guy was doing on his video. He had some really nice music playing in the background and he started tapping different points. And this is just an example of the sorts of affirmations you can do to try to get that pain level down. So just as I'm going to just do what he had me do when I watched the video originally. I'm not going to go as long as I did when I actually watched the video in the interest of time. But you want to just tap these different points, and as you're tapping, give yourself either out loud affirmations or just what's most important is your intention. So if you're saying one thing and you're thinking something else, it's going to confuse things. You want to make sure your intention and what you're saying, either aloud or not aloud, match. I'm going to just go with the sorts of things he had me saying to get that pain level down. I know I have this really bad back pain, but I know I'm not to blame. And I also don't blame my back for the pain because I know it's not my fault and it's not my back's fault. So I don't hate my back. I love my back. And I know I'm going to be okay. We're going to be fine. We're going to be just fine. So I'm going to go back to the top of the head. Everything's going to be fine. I'm sorry if I did anything to make the pain worse, but I am definitely ready to not be in pain. I'm ready to feel normal. I'm ready to not be hurting. I'm just waiting patiently for that pain to go away. I know that pain is going to stop. It's going to go away on its own. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to feel great. I'm going to feel alert. I'm going to be pain-free. I'm actually going to be pain-free by the time I stop this session, or at least bring my pain down to a tolerable level. The pain's going to go away. I forgive myself. I love myself. And I'm sorry for anything I've done that's made the pain bad. So those are the sorts of things you want to be saying. Basically, just picture what you want. What is it that you want? What feeling do you want to be experiencing? If you haven't gotten to a point in your life where you feel really good, I apologize, but try to remember how you felt the last time you felt good and try to picture that. Try to picture that and put yourself into that as you're giving yourself the affirmations. You can also do this for money. I've heard people on YouTube do this to make money. I cannot guarantee you that it's going to work. I can guarantee you that I've been trying. And if I'm ever able to do it successfully, I promise you I will put a video up. I have heard people doing this, saying things like, I know I'm poor, but I know that money is going to be showing up in my bank account, and I am deserving, ready, willing, and able to see that money show up in my account. Unexpected amounts, a nice load of money is just going to show up in my bank account. And I know it's going to happen soon, and I am ready, willing, and able to have that money. Under the arms, the hands, and then one last time, I want to do this one again just because this is new to me. The duck hand, squeezing the fingers. Just squeeze the fingers a couple times. That's a good one too. And again, you can do your affirmations aloud, or you can keep them to yourself internally. That is totally up to you. And as far as which taps are the best, whatever feels right to you. If you're doing any of these things and it feels forced and it doesn't feel natural, it just means it probably isn't for you. So anyway, that is the tapping for now. As always, namaste. Thank you so much for your time. Peace and light. I will be back in a few more days with some new energy healing. Thank you so much for coming to visit my channel. I really appreciate you taking the time to come out here. Take care of yourself. I'll see you again soon. Be well. Cheers.